And welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. The Downtown Knoxville Boat Show is in town March 5th through the 8th. Okay, March 5th through the 8th. But boat show incentives like great rebates, great prices on all kinds of boats, yeah, those are available right now through all of March when you visit Madisonville Marine down Highway 411 North in Madisonville. You can go down there right now. They got all the deals, the incentives, the rebates going on now through March. And then, of course, you can see them here in Knoxville at the Downtown Knoxville Boat Show, March 5th through the 8th. Madisonville Marine, there is no better place to buy a boat. All right, let's take a look at what the Volunteers have on deck this week. Tuesday, they go to Alabama. The Crimson Tide lost to Arkansas yesterday by 4 points. They are 12-9, 4-4 in the SEC, the exact same record as Tennessee. And then Saturday, Kentucky and John Calipari come here. Kentucky lost last night at Auburn, 75-66. They're 16-5 overall, 6-2 in the SEC. Mark Pancratz, I start with you just very quickly. Matchup versus Alabama, matchup versus Kentucky.
Well, Alabama's going to come down to Kira and then John Petty, with Herbert Jones being out having surgery. If you can contain those two guys, Tennessee's going to have a chance. But again, it's going to be tough playing at Alabama.
And Petty went off here in Knoxville last year. He had a great game here last
Incredible
year.
game, yeah, 30-plus. So that'd be tough. And then going to Kentucky, I mean, you just look at Kentucky and watch them play versus that Auburn team last night, and who Alabama beat earlier this year. Nick Richards is the guy that I think is kind of catapulted Kentucky to be into that Final Four contention. But then you look at their guard play, and not only is it guard play that is really good, but they're really doggone quick. And it's going to be tough for Vescovi, Jalen Johnson, if Josiah James is back, keeping those guys out of the paint, and then being able to keep Nick Richards' toughness off the glass. Tough matchup for in both games for Tennessee this week.
Mike, you have covered a lot of Tennessee, Kentucky. You grew up in the Commonwealth. You've seen a lot of Tennessee, Kentucky games over the years. Kentucky has had trouble in Knoxville more so than any other city in the country. As I've said, I've seen Tennessee upset Kentucky with worse teams than this one. Your thoughts on the history and getting Kentucky here? I would not be shocked. It's college basketball, after all. There's not much that would shock you. I would not be shocked if the Volunteers somehow pull that one off over Kentucky next week. I wouldn't bet on it, but it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, looking at the history, Tennessee has won 5 of the last 6 against Kentucky in Knoxville. Rick Barnes is 4-0 against Kentucky in Knoxville.
But the guy who tweeted said he's a loser.
The only loss in this stretch was Donnie Tyndall. So Conzo beat Kentucky by 30 points his last try against them here. So, but anyway, Barnes is 4-0. You're right. He beat them the last 2 years with really good Tennessee teams, but in 2017, Kentucky was number 4 in the country. Tennessee wasn't very good, and they pulled it off that year, and they pulled it off the year before. Every time they beat Kentucky in Knoxville, we're talking about a ranked Kentucky team, and I don't think this Kentucky team is as good as some. It certainly could end up in the Final Four, but I think this team is vulnerable. You look at if the stars aligned and all the pieces came together, you throw in what you saw from Plosic and Vescovi Saturday, and Bowden has a good game. Fulke, it could happen.
Yeah. Well, if you can go to Kansas and give them a game on the road, you can surely give Kentucky a game here. Again, I wouldn't put money on it, but I'm not going to be shocked if that happens.
Well, but your leader in Bowden continues to play better and better on the road. He did that again last night, or yesterday, although they lost. I think both games, if you can split this week, it's a plus.
Yeah. All right, very good. When we come back, the SEC and Tennessee continue to get richer. You're not going to believe the numbers that are coming in. But is that a good thing for college sports in general? Come on back. We'll discuss a lot of SEC Tennessee stuff next.